Hey, what's up guys? Rev here. Hollywood, the place where anime and manga go for ruthlessly butchered live-action adaptations, the kind of movies that aren't good enough to be enjoyed, but not bad enough to be laughed at. A kind of dead zone of adaptation-based mediocrity. Now, I'm no movie producer here, but it seems pretty apparent that to make a quality adaptation of an anime or manga series, you need a big budget. How do you expect to make a live-action adaptation of something like Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, or other series with such an extensive open-world environment and action sequences while working on a slice-of-life budget? Honestly, to make titles that work on the big screen, you need an almost Avatar-level budget, or you need to prune the story down so much to the bare bones that it doesn't even resemble the source material it's based on anymore. I mean, there are many examples already of studios essentially half-assing something that requires more and it never turns out well. And to go even further, one of the things that makes these adaptations even worse is that most of the time, people didn't even ask for them in the first place. Which leads us into today's article, Made in Abyss, Kevin McMullen to adapt manga for Roy Lee, Masaoka, and Sony. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a Made in Abyss live-action Hollywood adaptation. Another one that absolutely nobody wanted Hollywood to touch is now in the early stages of production. I really can't think of a series that could be more of a challenge to make on the big screen than Made in Abyss. So, if you aren't familiar with it, Made in Abyss is one of those series that on initial glance looks like a moe blob type, but it quickly divulges into a very dark story. In the series, the main character is an orphan girl named Riko who lives in a community that surrounds a deep, dark pit known as the Abyss. After losing her parents in the Abyss, Riko descends into the pit to discover its secrets. Unfortunately, the further into the pit one travels, the worse the sickness they experience gets. And for those familiar with the manga or anime, there are scenes that once you've viewed them, you're probably going to have a very hard time wiping them from your memory. Needless to say, this adaptation would be a challenge for anyone, and here's the credentials of the man behind it, and not to be a dick, but he seems rather inexperienced and I can already tell. This budget is going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel for help. Not good enough for this adaptation that requires a lot more. And I hate to be a pessimist about these things. Trust me, I wish I could be pure and excited about all this, but it seems very apparent that this is going to end very poorly, which is compounded by the fact that it shouldn't have been made in the first place. At the very least, not by a team who won't have the personnel and budget to do it properly. And Made in Abyss joins others like My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, and Steins Gate that are getting the cursed Hollywood live-action adaptations. But for now, it looks like Made in Abyss is going to be made in Hollywood. May God have mercy on us all. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.